Hello everyone. So as we said, we're going to make user interface for the inventory, and so as you can see, if we collect this and we open the inventory, we can see what we have and we can navigate through it. So I'm going to download this UI Material Lab, and when you download it, just open it. So in here, what we're going to do is to the widget, and we're going to migrate this. So migrate and hit OK, and let's migrate here. Choose the content and select folder, and let's close it and open our project. What we need to do now is we're gonna create a user interface so the player can see what is in the inventory. So let's get started. So here in the content, in the system, the first thing is here we're gonna duplicate this one. Let's call it hard, and let's enter. From here, let's go to the widget, and in the UI, in the layout, we're gonna, for now, let's just select the default one, and here let's give it the game layer, and we need to assign it here. We're gonna audit over here, and now in here we need a folder for abilities. So here in the core, there is a folder here, input, abilities, and this one, show widget when input pressed. We can just drag it, and here in the abilities, you can just copy it, and here let's just rename it gameplay ability, and let's create gameplay ability show inventory, so we can toggle the inventory. So here inside it, as you can see, we can make a widget here. But now let's go here in the UI, we create inventory, and let's make a widget blueprint, layer activatable widget, widget blueprint, inventory. And here we need to create widget blueprint, inventory grid. Here inside the widget inventory grid, we need tile view. Here in the tile view, we come to the entry widget class, and here in the UI inventory, we're gonna put inventory slot. Let's give it with the print tag in the first, and we hit save. It will open this. Let's just drag it here. In here we need an size box, overlay, an image, and text. For the size box, I'm gonna make it like 120 by 120, and here let's make it desired on screen. For the image, let's make it like this. In the overlay, let's give it in the padding 2, and for the text, let's make it just like this, and for the right, let's give it to padding to the right, and let's give it text, and let's localize, remove it. Let's remove the style, and let's make it black. For the text, we're gonna choose this one. For the size, let's make it 12, and that's it. For the text, let's make it a variable. Let's call it quantity. For the image, let's make it item image, and now in here we need to go to the class settings. We're gonna remove this one, and here object list, and on list item object set, we can see on item selection change, and if we get it, it will give us if it's actually selected or not. We're gonna use this. So the first thing here is we're gonna pass this item instance and promote it to variable. Let's call it item. And now we're gonna make the slot just like this one. So since it's gonna take a lot of time, so we're just going to make another duplicate of this, and we're going to drag it over the UI inventory, and let's open it, and we're just gonna play here with the so I'm going to make it just like this for the frame thickness and need for it. Five. One. 0.2, and the noise, let's make it 0. Here the background, we can just make it -1. So we can just change this one, and for the let's go for the black. We can just change this if it's green, if it's, that's it. We can make this as variable, and we can just keep changing it. And we're gonna see if it's hover, if it's not. For the texture, we're gonna change it dynamically. So this is it. We can just look for it. In the slot, we can just select here, look for this, and just, sorry, not here, but here. And we can just keep changing this depending on what we have. And let's add another image, but this one, it's not going to have this, and it's going to be here -2, -2, -2 for all this. And here let's make it a rounded box, and let's fix this and give it here 0 opacity, and here let's give it 2 for each one. Let's give it here the green color, and let's just increase it a bit like this. Just give it 2. You can even increase it to be like 3, 3, 3, and 3. So here, if this selected, we can just get this over here and select it's not this one, this one is going to be set visibility. Let's just do it this way, and this is going to be over here. So if it's selected, we can just make it like this, and if it's not, we can just collapse it. Let's make a function to update the item instance. Should be object reference. Here let's is valid, and you can just get the item from here and find fragment by class, and the fragment is going to be item data. Get item data. Let's break it. Let's split the structure, and we're gonna get this one, get dynamic material, and from here we're gonna look for the item texture. So let's copy display name and set texture by value, and the value is going to be this one, and here it's going to be item texture. Another thing, which is this color of the background, and let's copy display name, set scalar parameter, set vector parameter by value, and it's going to be, but we need like the colors for the different backgrounds. So in the system inventory, so in the data, we need two structures, one for the item rarity, for how much the item is rare, and another one for item stack change. This one only we're gonna make it for and this one should not be struct. Let's make it an enum. And let's make like common and common, rare, epic, and legendary. The last one, mythic. So this is it, and we might also in here item data, we can just add it over here. We can just here this one, and let's close it. Let's close this one. So in here we can just select, and we're going to look for the enum, this one. So for the common, we can just use this code. It will give us this color, which is common. For uncommon, we can just use, for the rare, let's give it this. For epic, it's gonna be purple, so, and for the legendary, it's going to be a little bit orange, but let's just drag it a little bit to the golden and make it, let's just drag it a little bit so it can be more red. So as you can see here, and now we can just drag this over here. And in here we can just drag this here and update. But still we didn't update the quantity, so we're gonna add another function, update quantity. It's going to get the item, it's the tag by account, and look for Lyra, inventory, item stack, and if this greater than 1, we're gonna get this quantity, control drag and set visibility, depending on if this is, if it's strong, we're gonna make it like this, collapsed if it's false. And set text, this is one, and let's just make it like this. Let's get this here, alt, and just like that, drag object quantity and make it over here. We're gonna delete this one, delete this one, and here in construct we're going to listen for gameplay messages, and in inventory we're going to add another tag, which is stack change. Select the first one and check it. The struct is stack change. If item stack changed, let's just do it this way, and okay. Let's drag this over here and this one here. Just compile and update. So this is it. Let's go over here and we do actually need to change something. We did forget it, which is this one. Let's name it frame. So in here, in the visibility, let's make it hidden or collapsed. So in here, let's remove this one and this one. Let's hit rounding layer, hit component by class, which is inventory, and let's just promote it to variable and get all items. And for each loop, we're gonna get the tile and what item here. And when complete, we're gonna listen for message and we're gonna complete it later, but for now let's go to the inventory. Let's add overlay and look for inventory grid. Put it over here and an image. Here, and let's make it as background. Let's make it a little bit black. And we're referencing something from we're referencing the wrong one, which is not this one. We should drag this one here and make it bigger. So let's make it this foxball and choose this one, make it this back handler and this foxball, and here we're gonna get some. So we need actually an ability to show that widget, which is inventory, this one, and let's give it a key so it can be triggered. Input show inventory. And it's here in the mapping. I call this here show inventory. Let's give it a key, which is I, and let's close it. Let's come to the input config. Let's add it over here, show inventory, and abilities toggle inventory. And now the last thing here in the ability set, we need to add that ability, which is show inventory and toggle inventory. And now if we test it, so if we click I, we get the inventory. Escape, we can just complete playing. So now if we come over here and we click F, we click over I, we can see we have 4 and 10, but the sort, so let's go and change that. So in the systems, words, collectibles, IDs, we need to add here a new folder for textures, and I've downloaded profiles. You can go to the Google and download and PNG files, so texture, UI, Apple, and for this one they just delete it. It's not an PNG, so it's this, just this one. Let's make it a UI. Texture, UI, rock. So I find this one. So let's go back here to the IDs for the rock. Let's give it rock. And this one, let's keep it common. But this one, the apple, let's make it rare. So it's going to be the background of it. It's gonna be blue. So I'm gonna pick this one and pick this one. And as you see, we have the, and when we select one of this, it actually shows this, but it's not as expected. It's a little bit small, but it's working. That's the good news. Let's go back to the UI inventory, this one, to the frame. I'm going to make it 4, and for this let's make it 4, 4, or even 4. And for the size, let's make it like 200 by 200. Oh, much bigger. or this one, let's make it 14, and let's make it bold. So the grade, and